Fellow enthusiasts, welcome to the In-Depth Academy. I invite you all to learn Excel to open up your capabilities in industry level. As of today's session, we are going to learn how to use the HLOOKUP function in Excel in the simplest way. So before moving on, there are some rules to adhere before we use the HLOOKUP function. So as of the first rule, we should know the values that needed to be looked up. So here in this base table, we have some subcategories given as bookcases, tables, art and fonts. And there is another column so-called category. So we are going to find each of the categories corresponds to these subcategories. As of the second rule, we should have a reference table. Of course, here we have subcategories and the categories in this reference table. So what contrasts this table from the HLOOKUP table which we had earlier in the earlier video, of course, is in this table you can see we have horizontal arrangement. In the HLOOKUP video we had a vertical arrangement. So here, by any chance, if we had a table to be looked up in a horizontal manner, we have to use HLOOKUP function. So the third rule is the reference table should have the values of which we are going to search for in the first row. So as you can see, the values that we are going to search for are the subcategory values, and what is going to be output are the category values. So you can see in the reference table down here, you can see the subcategory values are in the first row. And the next rule is the values needed to be looked up should be exact same with the values existing in the reference table. So as you can see, all of these subcategory values in the base table are as same as in the reference table. So if there is any kind of a difference in between, so you won't be able to HLOOKUP the proper values out of the reference table. And the next rule is there should only be one value of each in the first row of the reference table. So here as you can see, we have the base table and the reference table. So in the base table, we are actually considering it as a table, or you can just consider it as some values given. So what we are going to do is we are going to find the corresponding categories of the given subcategory. So here you can see we are going to find the category of the given subcategory of bookcases and also the table, art and so on like that. So what we are going to refer is we are going to refer this table. So it has these subcategory values and the category values in a row by row manner. So you can see, as I have explained before, this is in some kind of a horizontal manner, not like we have done in VLOOKUP. So how are we going to do this is, if we use VLOOKUP, we can never look up values, because in VLOOKUP we need to have the table in a vertical manner. So if we have the table in a horizontal manner, of course we have to use the HLOOKUP function. So here we always start a function with equals. So we type equals, and then once we just type H and L, you can see the HLOOKUP has been popped up, and you press the tab and you get the HLOOKUP on screen. So the first thing you are going to fill is the lookup value, which would be our bookcase. So either you can type it like this, bookcases, or you can refer it to a cell. So here the cell which is to be referred is the C6 cell where you have the bookcase. So once it's given, you can close it to the comma, and then you have to enter the table array. So here our table array is not going to be a vertical one but horizontal one. So you have to select this whole table. So once the table is given, including these headers as well, and then you put another comma to close that, and then now you have to put the row index number instead of the column index number like in here. So here you have to keep the row index number where you have the category values. So the output that we need is the category value where it is in the second row this reference table. So you have to hit 2. So by any chance if you had this category value in the third row, you have to put 3 here. So you can close it with another comma, and now what you have to give is whether to be an approximate match or an exact match. So here we are going to get exact match. So we move down to the exact match and press tab. Now you have all the values to be filled in the HLOOKUP function. Now what you have to do is you have to close it and then press enter. So now you can see you have got the value of the category value of the subcategory value bookcases. As you can see here, the category value of the corresponding bookcases is furniture. So here you have got the right value. So in order to get the rest of the value, you can drag it down, and when you drag down, you can see it has given some kind of an error. So let's see what this error is. So you can see in this first column you can have the proper reference table, but when you go to the next column you can see this reference table has been dropped down. So when you are dragging this function down, everything drags down, but if you want to keep something logged, what you have to do is you have to go to this certain reference and then you have to press function +4. So once you give it, you can see the rows and also the columns have been locked up. So once you enter again, and now you have to drag the column down again. So without dragging, I'm going to double click this. Once your cursor is in the bottom right corner, you can double click it and get the value. So now you can see if you go this way, go to the function of in front of table, the reference table hasn't been changed. So likewise, you can keep your table without changing or locked by using this function +F4, or either you can manually add the $signs in front of each of these rows and columns. And we'll meet in another video with another function.